Hello, fourth graders. This is Mrs. Baker here with today's math lesson. Today we are going to continue with our work with division. And our learning target today is I can estimate quotients. So if you remember, quotients are the answers to a division problem. So we will be learning how to estimate the answers to division. But first we're going to do a little review from yesterday's work with Ms. Lewis. And so we are going to practice a little dividing with remainders. And so we have 38 divided by 7. So over here I have it written again, just in a different way, but they mean the same thing. And I need to think to myself, how many times can I fit 7 into 38 without going over? And so if I were to count by 7s, I might say 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, that's 7 times 5, and then 7 times 6 is 42. Now I know 42 is too big, so that means that 7 can fit into 38 5 times. 7 times 5 is 35. Let me just get rid of this work down here so I can do my subtraction. So 7 times 5 is 35. I subtract, and 8 minus 5 is 3. I have 3 left over. And since 3 is less than my divisor, then I know that that is as many times as I can get in there. So 38 divided by 7 equals 5 with the remainder of 3. So like yesterday, we're going to look at a couple problem solving equations here where we need to think about how this would translate to a new answer. So 38 divided by 7 we said is 5, remainder 3. Well, let's look at this problem here. Each van holds up to 7 people. There are 38 people. How many vans are needed to hold them all? So I could draw a picture here of my vans. I already did 38 divided by 7 equals 5. So I'm going to draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vans, and with those 5 vans, there are 7 in each van, and I know that I have 3 little people left over that don't have a van to go in. Now that's not acceptable because the question says how many vans are needed to hold them all. So with a remainder of 3, we would actually need 1 extra van for those poor 3 people. We don't want them left behind. So that means that we wouldn't need just 5 vans. We would actually need 6 vans to hold all of the people. Whoops, sorry about that. All right, so let's look at another equation and still see if 5 remainder 3 would work for the answer. So this says each hat you want to buy costs $7. You have $38 to spend. How many hats can you buy? So I'm going to go ahead and draw my little picture here. I already know I can buy 5 hats. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're stocking caps. So we'll give them a little pom-pom since it is winter time. Now each hat costs $7 for a total of $35. But that means we still have $3 left over. That's our remainder. Now, if I went up to the store clerk and said, hey, I'd like 1 more hat, but I only have $3, they would say, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to come back when you have 7, not 3. So that means I cannot buy 6 hats. I can only buy 5 hats if I had $38. All right, let's try one more review here. So 32 divided by 9. I like to write it this way as well. 32 divided by 9. So I need to think, how many times can I put 9 into 32? How many times would it fit into there without going over? So I know 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. And 9 times 4 is 36. So 36 is too big. So I'm going to go ahead and say that 9 can fit into 32 3 times. And that is 27. And if I subtract, I cannot do 2 minus 7. Let me move this down a little bit. I cannot do 2 minus 7, so I'm going to borrow from the tens place, make it a 20, and this becomes a 12. So 12 minus 7 is 5, and 2 minus 2 is 0. I look here, 5 is less than 9, so I must be on the right track there. 3 with a remainder of 5. All right, so let's look at our problem-solving equations here. Each shelf holds up to 9 books. There are 32 books. How many shelves are needed to hold them all? So if I'm going to draw a picture here, I need enough shelves for all of my books. And I just found out up here that I need at least 3 shelves. 1, 2, 3. There's 9, 18, 27 books, but I still have those 5 left over. But I need enough shelves for all of them, so that means I would need 1 extra shelf. So I would need a total of 4 shelves. All right, last one here. We're going to go shopping for some towels. Each towel you want to buy costs $9. You have $32 to spend. How many towels can you buy? So here are my towels. There's 1, 2. Once again, I can buy 3 of them because that's $9, $18, whoops, and $27. But I have 5 left over. And just like with the hats, no one's going to let me buy a towel if I am $4 short. So I cannot buy that 4th towel. I can only buy 3 towels. All right, we're going to move on to doing some mental math, meaning these are equations we should by now be able to do in our head. So if I look at this one, 20 divided by 5, I need to think to myself, how many times can I put 5 into 20? Well, I could count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20. That gives me 4. You can also think of it as a multiplication problem. 5 times what number equals 20? And I also know that that is 4. So my quotient here is 4, my answer to my division problem. Now, this should look familiar. We did this in our last unit when we used extended facts. So in this number 200, I see 20. I know that 5 times 4 is 20, but there's that 1 extra 0 for that place value to make it hundreds versus just tens. So I need to add that 0 back on my answer here. So 5 times 4 is 20, with that 0 is 200. That means that 200 divided by 5 is 40, because that 5 times 4 is 20, and I have to bring back up that 0 up there to make it all work out. We're going to extend it a little bit further here. This should say 2,000. Let me move it over a little bit if I can. So here, 5 times what number equals 2,000? Well, I have that 20 there again, so 5 times 4 is 20. And then I have 1, 2 zeros, which makes this 5 times 400. So once again, there's that 4. Bring up my 2 zeros. And 5 times 400 equals 2,000, which means that 2,000 divided by 5 is 400. Okay, let's do a few more here. Here's another one. 5 times what number equals 30? I know that that is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Let's extend it. 5 times what number equals 300? Or 300 divided by 5 equals what number? I like to think of it as multiplication as well, because it really helps me solve the problems a little bit better. Well, I know 30 divided by 5 is 6. And there's that 1 left over 0, so I'm going to bring that up. So the multiplication problem would be 5 times 60 equals 300, because 5 times 6 is 30. Put back on that 0. That's that trick we learned in our last unit. 3,000 divided by 5. Well, once again, 30 divided by 5 is 6. I'm going to bring up those 2 zeros. 600. So 5 times 600, I'm just going to check my work, make sure that I am doing it correctly. 5 times 6 is 30. Bring down those 2 zeros. Got 3,000. Let's try it with 40 divided by 8. So I know that 8 times 5 equals 40. Sometimes I even put a little multiplication symbol there to help me remember that they're all related. 8 times 5 is 40, 40 divided by 5 is 8, 40 divided by 8 is 5. They all kind of work together. It's one of those fact families. So we're going to extend it now to 400 divided by 8. once again, I know 40 divided by 8 is 5. Bring back up that 0, because 8 times 50 equals, 8 times 5 is 40, plus that 0 is 400. Last one, 4,000 divided by 8. It's again 40 divided by 8 is 5. This one has 2 extra zeros, so I'm going to bring those up. It becomes 500. So if I rewrite it as a multiplication problem, I see that 8 times 5 is 40. Bring down those 2 zeros. 4,000. All right, so now we're going to get a little bit into estimating quotients, which is estimating the answer to division problems. So when estimating quotients, we will use compatible numbers. That word compatible, what does that mean? That means that they are numbers that we can easily use with division. So they need to be what we call multiples of the number. So in this problem, let's look at this. It says Mason has 43 starbursts. He would like to make 8 shares to split with his friends. About how many will each friend get? Well, if I were to write this like this, 43 divided by 8, that would be me finding the actual answer. But if I reread this question, it says about. And we learned that when we see the word about, we need to estimate. We do not need to find the actual answer. And so if I have 43 starbursts, or Mason does, and he wants to share them equally with 8 friends, we need to figure out how many he could do. And so I would need to think of what numbers are multiples of 8. So I would need to count by 8s. So I would go 8, 16, so that's 8 times 2 times 1 times 2, 24, 32, that's 8 times 4, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 times 6 is 48. Whoops, that's too many. 48 is too many. I only have 43 starbursts. So there's my compatible number. It would be 40 divided by 8. 8 goes into 45 times. So my answer here would be that that each friend would get about 5 starbursts. They couldn't get more than that. They could only get about 5. So we are estimating. We're making it easy on ourselves when we estimate. So here we have 21 divided by 5. And I'm thinking of my multiples of 5. If I count by 5s, what number here is going to be close to 21? Well, I know that 20. I know that 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. If I went one further, 5 times 5, that equals 25. Well, that's just too many. 21 is closer to 20. So my answer would be, it'd be about 4. I'm making a compatible number. Let's look at another one here. Well, 7 goes into 68 how many times? Well, I'm thinking of my 7 facts. And if I count by 7s, I know that 7 times 9 is 63. And I know that 7 times 10 is 70. Well, I feel 70 is pretty close to 68. So I'm going to say that this is about 10. Okay, we are now going to move on to dividends that are in the hundreds. So here, 4 goes into 410 how many times? Well, that's not one I can do right off the bat in my head, but I do know that 410 is super close to 400. And so I know that I can make 4 into a 400 by doing 4 times 100, and that equals 400. So my quotient, my estimated quotient here would be about 100. And the same thing would apply here. As you can see, I've already worked out this problem. If I did 830 divided by 8, well, that is really close to 800. So I could think to myself, well, it's about 100. It'll be around that number. So remember, with estimating, we are finding around the correct answer. All right, 4th graders, great job today. We will see you tomorrow.